Hi, welcome to Amalgamnation. I'm trying something new for recording sound this time because I've been told that you can hear the sound of my overpowered tower that I've been recording gameplay footage on in the background. That's simply its cooling system being way too powerful. I should probably try and find a way to quiet that down with a fan control unit or something along those lines. But in any way, this week's video is on Darksiders. I bought Darksiders some time ago when I was buying the Dead Space 1 and 2 for the PC. They had a sale where you could buy 3 games for the price of 2. So I just chose Darksiders, having known nothing about the game at the time. Since then I've played it a number of times and I've enjoyed it immensely. I think it's great that you can turn into a demon with the remains of big wings sticking out of your back. You've got your sword is a big flaming sword when you do that. I think it's great that you're literally the god of war, although you're not referred to as a god. You're just war, one of the horsemen of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and you're trying to figure out what happened. How did you appear when you weren't supposed to appear? That the laws where you would only appear under certain circumstances, they didn't happen, and yet here you are. Now you're being punished for having broken a law that you didn't even know you were breaking, and for intervening in the battle between heaven and hell. Now, a lot of this game is story driven. Everything in it, in fact, is pretty much story driven. You go from point A to point B, from point B to point C, and that's what makes this a good game. It doesn't try to be an open world game, although it gives you a lot of open world features like free roaming. Like you can climb almost anything. You can jump around the place and fight almost anything in the game. Can kill you. You're never going to be so overpowered that you cannot die. In fact, when I played this game on its hardest setting, it didn't work out very well. I got past the intro section, then I was getting my ass handed to me by mobs left, right and center, and I had to restart. So I played it for this review on an easier setting so that I could record some interesting footage like what's on the screen now. War jumping from one flying bat demon to another and impaling them on his sword and things like that. I figured it would be more interesting. The footage that I'm showing you in this video is simply there to show you some of the more interesting things, some of the things that can happen, like a giant worm eating War if he's not fast enough, like the loading times if you have a good enough computer, the time control mechanism that is introduced in the game at one point that allows War to slow time down, some of the different weapons and attacks, interesting things that don't give massive spoilers. I'm not showing you when you'll get the time control. The manual of the game tells you will get time control, so it's a spoiler but not a spoiler because the manual tells you about it. I'm not showing any boss fights. I'm not showing anything that you will not come across already, and it's an oldish game, so there's a lot of reviews out there already. So please don't moan about spoilers. Don't come to me saying I'm biased, because I'll admit it, I am biased. For the moment I'm only going to review games that I've already played and I've already enjoyed, because I believe that I will give you a better review of a game, a more interesting review of a game, if I enjoy the gameplay. That it will be a lot better, and for me it will be a lot easier to keep putting myself out there and doing these videos because I'm enjoying them. Right now I'm showing you one of the badass weapons that War can pick up. It doesn't follow you around the entire game. You can find others. In fact, on the screen right now, there's another one there on the ground, and the big enemy that I just killed dropped another one. It's essentially a rocket launcher, and that right there is the closest I will show you to a boss fight. It's literally the end of the boss fight. You didn't see how I defeated him. You just see me taking his heart, the heart of the chosen, and you see the reward you get for defeating one of the chosen. And here's more on his horse. This is simply just one of the cool things that happens, and some more fighting. There's not much I can say about it, but if I was to give this a rating out of 10, I'd probably say it's a 9 out of 10.